the Mind Body Connection podcast.
The body and mind.
With your host, Dr. Phil Parker.
So today we're going to focus, as we do every Wednesday at this time, on relaxation, because it is such an important skill. And remember, relaxation is a skill, something you just need to practice. The more you practice, the better you become at it. And I don't know about you, but I find meditation quite dull and I'm not very good at it. And what works best for me is a guided meditation. It allows me to stay more focused. So allow me to take the steering wheel and just follow wherever your mind goes. Allow it to drift and be guided in the direction that you want it to go. And today we're going into relaxation and looking particularly about health. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover something that I've talked through before on one of the audios that you can buy from my store, but today you're getting it completely for free, so enjoy. What I'd like you to do first of all is begin by focusing on your breathing. Just start there. It's always a good place to start. Just notice as you breathe in and out in your own time, how your breathing feels, how your shoulders feel, how your tummy and chest moves, and then allow yourself to take a few moments to notice where you are. Whatever's been going on today, just allow it to drift as you refocus on you, on yourself. And then I'd like you to just take a few moments as you go back to a time that for you is deeply calming and deeply relaxing. And I don't know, out of all the hundreds and thousands of moments in your life, which time you choose to re-immerse yourself in right now. But I do know that as you go back in your mind, that your body will follow. And returning to this beautiful place that you've chosen, allowing your mind to stay there or drift to somewhere even more relaxing. I'd like you to think of a scale between 0 and 10, where 10 is super, profoundly relaxed, and 0 is not deeply and profoundly relaxed. And just gauge where you are to start with on your scale of relaxation. And it doesn't really matter that much where you are to start with. Just notice what it is. Wherever you are is perfect as a beginning place. And then, as you travel back to this beautiful memory that you've chosen to re-immerse yourself in now, become aware of what it is that you can see, the things that are close to you, those things that are further away, colors and shapes and shades. And as you do, focus as well on your sense of what you can hear, both around you, sounds and silences, and sounds inside. You're saying to yourself in this relaxing place. And finally, to notice how your body feels, the temperature on your skin, how your muscles feel as they soften and relax. Let that feeling flow through you, just as a starting point, flowing through you to every single cell in your body. Noticing how with each breath that you take, you can become even more relaxed and deeply comfortable. And then I'd like you to imagine that you are walking along the shore of a beautiful tropical island paradise. On one side over there you can see the sea, that beautiful blue, and where it meets the horizon, the sky that arches overhead. And on the other side you can see the land that rises from the shoreline, the colours, the terrain and shapes, and the way the light falls. As you walk along, feeling your heels on the surface of the shoreline, your toes, ahead you can see beautiful, small, inviting forest. And there up ahead you notice a path that leads through the trees. And before you know it, your footsteps have carried you to that path. And as you step into the wonderful space in between the trees, the temperature very slightly changes. It's cooling and refreshing. And the path winds through the trees, and up ahead every now and then you see the glint of sunlight on falling water, and you can make out the sound of a gentle waterfall. And then the path opens to a glade, space, sky, and you see the water cascading gently into a beautiful tropical pool. As you get closer, you notice the water is just as you hoped. Clarity, colour, depth. And when you just touch the water, you notice the temperature is exactly what you hoped it would be, so that before too long you find yourself slipping into the water, feeling its comfortable, supporting embrace, just as you wished it. You know that feeling when you float? You feel supported and nurtured. But in this special healing pool, something extra happens. Not only does it seem to support and nourish you and wash away everything, it seems almost to flow through you, clearing out any dust or grit or grime in any part of you. Just gently flowing through and flushing out. Really feel that as it runs through your being, clearing, cleaning, refreshing, and rejuvenating. And if there's any particular part of you that you feel needs some extra care and attention, so that might be an area of your body that is not feeling quite as great as you'd love it to be, an area that's been niggling, trying to get your attention. Or it could be a part of you, part of your body that you're not fond of. Or it could be an aspect of your behaviors or habits that you don't love that much. Just let that healing essence flow through compassionately and kindly that part of you too. Maybe giving it just a little bit of extra care, love, and attention. As this is an essential part of the process of healing. The origin of the word heal is the same as the origin of the Greek word for whole. So wholeness and healing, completeness, and being able to be at peace with yourself encourages the process. Self-compassion, connection with yourself, which is so important in order to be able to connect to others and to connect to your dream, your mission, and your purpose. And if there's a particular part of you that you think needs just a little bit of extra care and attention, then I'd like you to just unzip your skin. Just gently take it out, carefully wash it in this healing pool until it looks shiny and new and just as it should be, clean and fresh. Healthy and youthful, and vibrant and whole. And then just pop it back where it belongs and re-zip yourself up. And you notice as the water flows past you and out, that the colour of the water leaving the pool is dirtier and grimier because it's taking away everything that you need to let go of now. And if you were to follow that stream, eventually it would reach the vastness of the ocean. And that grit and grime would fall out of the water to the bottom of the sea. The sand and mud would cover it, the weight of the water and the sand and the mud. Squeeze it And you know what happens to carbon when it's subjected to great pressure and stress. It becomes diamonds. So as you learn what you need to learn from connecting in this kind way with yourself, bringing yourself back from that beautiful pool, wandering along the path, through the trees, along the shoreline, feeling your heels, toes in the surface, gazing this way as the land rises from the shore, and that way see the sea where it meets the horizon and the sky that arcs over you. Breathing and returning with a renewed sense of what is possible by just spending a little time with yourself in a new way. And although that may be a new way, there's also a deep familiarity that naturally comes from allowing yourself to connect with who you are, your core, and your sense of what's truly important for you once again. So as you listen to the sound of my voice, bringing you back with these feelings, so these feelings flow into your evening or morning depending on where you are in the world. A bit like the Queen of England, everywhere she goes, she sees a red carpet. She imagines all the carpets in the world are red. Feel what it feels like to have this just flowing like a wave in front of you. A sense of calmness, connectedness and wholeness. And notice how that shows up in your life, places that you're in, people that you meet, the way you deliver on your capabilities, talents and skills, and how that reminds you of your values and the way you prioritize your time and your energy. Because we can always make more money, but we can never make more time. So using that time really usefully, working out what's really important and how that in turn allows you to enhance yourself, your sense of who you are, who you really are, and how that shows up, and how that in turn allows you to really stand tall and to connect with the bigger community, your bigger purpose, the reason that you're here. And as you do that, allow yourself to stretch, breathe deeply as we come back from our journey, noticing that although it's only been 20 minutes, it's amazing what you can achieve by being focused and intentional, by shifting your state, by taking care of yourself, by taking time for yourself.
The Mind-Body Connection podcast.
The body
And mind.
With your host, Dr. Phil Parker.